Hey guys, Streaming Iraq War Veteran here. This is going to be a quick little video on why I believe that the nightclubs are not worth the time and effort that you have to put into them. And I will give details on why I think that they're not worth it. Now, if you do, because you have to have all your things set up, I found out last night that you do have to have all of your other stuff running. So all of your drug crap, we can go into that real quick so it shows. All right, so you have to have all of your drug places running. I got all 5 of those. And you have to have your bunker running. Now, with the 5 of these alone, it's $75,000 every time you have to, well, just shy of $500,000. We'll just round it up a little bit. Almost $500,000 to resupply all of these. Just these ones down here. That's not even including the bunker. So, if you keep constantly resupplying all of these and that, you're probably spending somewhere around, a little over $500,000, like we'll say $550,000, just for those 6 places every time you have to go through and resupply them. That's reason one why it's not worth it, because of how expensive it is to keep resupplying all those. Because let's get honest with each other here. I know I'm not going to, so I'm assuming there's a lot of people out there that are not really going to want to constantly keep going through all of these to resupply them. Because if you steal the supplies, you don't get crap from stealing the supplies. And you would have to be constantly running around all day long to get, supplies for all these. And that's not even including the bunker. And that's the same situation too. If you steal the supplies for the bunker, you don't get much back in return for stealing them. And they do that on purpose, so you have to waste more money on buying the supplies. I mean, $500,000 every single time for all 6 of those. It's just not worth it, guys. And thing two here, I was going all day yesterday almost, trying to consolidate all of them. And for basically an all-day thing, I barely got, which I mean all day is maybe 6 hours. I don't play this 24 hours a day. But for a normal day, a normal individual, I got only 1 bar full in my damn nightclub, the consolidation stuff. And that 1 bar was only worth $350,000. So for the 550-ish thousand dollars that you spent, you're not making any money on it. Unless by the time it gets full, but I don't see Rockstar doing this because we all know how greedy as hell as they are, you're not going to make a ton of money on this. I still feel the best way to make money, it may take some time, depending on how you do it, but is the special crates through your CEO building. The 100, I own one of them over here. I think it's like right here. The 111 crate warehouse sells for $2.2 million. And granted, you're spending $18,000 if you do 3 at a time, $6,000 if you're doing 2, or $2,000 if you're doing 1. 1 will take a hell of a lot longer. I'm an impatient person. I'll be the first one to admit it sometimes. And I get bored very easily, especially with this game. So I can't do 1 at a time. 3 at a time uses quite a bit of money. I'll tell you how much. So if you're doing an 1100 or 11, the large warehouse, which is 111 crates, you divide that by 3, and you get 37. So you times 37 times 18,000, because that's the price of 3. You're spending $666,000. Now, if you subtract that from 2.2 million, you're still, whoops, that's 22 million. Go back one. You're still making a profit off of that of just over 1.5 million, even if you do them at 3 at a time. So that is much, much more profitable than any of the other things. And your only cost in that one is just buying the crates. Now, keep in mind, if you, like I said, if you end up, 666,000 if you do 3 cases at a time. If you end up doing single crates, at $2,000 a piece, you're spending $444,000 less, but it's taking a lot more time. And it still sells for the same amount. So if you minus the 222,000 from 2.2 million, you're making almost $2 million, just shy of $2 million off of the special crates. This is the best way in Grand Theft Auto to still make money today. Unless they shit on the prices and how much you can make back from it, that is still by far the best way in Grand Theft Auto to make money. So if you get like 2 full things, the best way to do it is if you want to do 2 big warehouses of 111, you do 2 at a time. And you alternate between the 2 of them. You don't have to wait 3.5 minutes to do the same one again. So it's much better to do 2 instead of just 1, if you can afford it. But that, to me, is the best way to make money. Granted, it's time-consuming, but it's very profitable. And it is the best way to make money. If you have the stuff to do it, that is. This nightclub has just been another, in my view, has just been another flop in Grand Theft Auto of making money. Granted, this way is not too bad. You just have to promote your club every once in a while, and you can get $40,000 once a day. Once every week. Once every 5 days, roughly, you can get $70,000 in game. So that's not horrible. I mean, it's free money at that point. So honestly, guys, if you're going to buy this, my personal opinion is just keep your popularity up, keep promoting your nightclub every so often, and just take the free money off of it. Other than that, I wouldn't worry about the storage or any of that. I wouldn't even buy it, to tell you the damn truth. I like the nightclub idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. I just think they're really chinsing out on how much money you should be getting on this stuff and how long it's taking. I don't care about the business battle. I'm not even going to bother with that anymore. I shut all my stuff off last night after doing this for like 6+ hours. And I was like, hell with it. I'm not going to sit there and constantly do all of that and spend so much money on, just resupplying all the stuff instead of constantly being on the move all day long with resupply. If you're stealing the supplies in a online session where there's people, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. It really is, because you're going to have to constantly go around to all of your motorcycle, drug things, and money and all that shit to constantly resupply them. And your bunker. It's way too much work, as far as I'm considered, for what the payout is. So honestly, like I said, my best opinion for making money in the game still is the special crates through your CEO building, if you can do them. If you have to, start out with a small one, do a bunch of them a few times. Now, on a side note, also, if you do want to get your own session, it still works. You go set up your Wi-Fi. You go to custom. After picking whatever your Wi-Fi thing is, you go to custom. You use all the normal settings except for MTU. When you see MTU, you go to custom. And then you change the number from 1500 to 800. And then when you load into the game, it will actually, if it doesn't bring you into a a session by yourself to start with, reload into another session, say find new session, go to that, and your next session should be in there by yourself. I've been doing this for a while, guys. If anybody wants me to make a video on that, definitely please let me know. And I'm just going to stream for a while at this point, so if anybody has any questions or whatever, I'll still be streaming for a while. I'm just going to have some fun messing around because I'm not doing any of that stuff anymore. I just don't feel like it's worth it, in my opinion. I'm actually going to transfer cars and stuff, I think, is what I'm going to do for a while. Right, guys. You can continue watching if you want. But if you don't, I'm just going to do a quick little closing, and then I'm going to continue with the stream for a while. I'm the Stream Interact War Veteran, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you continue to watch with me, if you do. If not, no big deal, I understand. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you want, and thumbs up the video if you choose to. And leave a nice comment or any questions. If you want me to make a video on how to do the MTU settings, I will. And as always, I'm the Stream Interact War Veteran, and I hope to see you again soon if you're leaving now. If not, we'll continue with the stream. But I think I'm going to do it that way. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way for a while. Alright, so
Whatever. I'm on the clock.
I do know one thing though. All these places like my thing, if you feel like running over a bunch of civilians, it makes for a great place to run over civilians. I am actually gonna
It's coming at you. I'll get
switch some vehicles around.
Okay, so our club's a heaving mess of hormones and pheromones. It's amazing down there, but that whole warehouse is unused. Now I know I said I'd stay out of it, but you should start...
I see that's probably going to be another problem too on this one, is the fact that he's going to give you a shit ton of calls if you're not using it. Now, newsflash, I'm smart enough to realize that it's expensive. We'll go to 3.
Can you believe it?
No, I guess I can't customize these in here. Oh well.
You drunk or something?
You're through to your garage. You, need me to bring you a ride?
Yeah, Jimmy. Is that you? All good here, buddy. How about yourself? Cool. So how
You're
about
okay, baby. Why are you so jumpy, Pumpkin? Just Daddy's phone. See? You first? Yep, yep. No? Yeah, you're okay. No one's gonna hurt you, kitty kitty. I don't know why you girls are so jumpy. Maybe you'll get less jumpy as you get older.
fit all sorts of mischief in that trunk?
It's on the way.
How are you? Postmodernism is lame. I'm into, what comes after that?
Nice whip.
Wonder if I can customize this in here. Nope. You can't customize any of it in here. So you can only customize the vehicles on the other floor. No biggie.
Yeah, you know, whole lot of gangsters and players, but not too many good men, though. Hey there, boss. You got it.
Weird.
All good, boss? No trouble?
Anyone that can hear me, my nightclub's free. You can go anywheres.
I don't smell, do I?
Yep, just making it free for everybody. I don't see a point in it. You can even go the exclusive areas and all that. No big deal.
I'm working, okay?
Basement 2 and Basement 3 have cars in them. What the hell's in Basement 5? I thought there was only 4 spots I could put cars. Yep, this is just for storage. Okay, that's what I thought. And by the way, everybody, I don't feel like this is worth it. If you ask me, once again, they've failed. I'll go to 3. Basement 2 has a lot of supercars in it. Basement 3, I'm going to start putting my military armored type vehicles. Oh, this way. Do. What do I got in here so far? All right, I gotta go get some more. Yeah, but if you'd like to look at more cars, I'll put you in two. Oh, wrong way again. Like a damn maze, man. Yeah, two has my supercars in it. Some of them. Yeah, I feel this ain't worth it because unless you're constantly running around doing the stealing all the supplies for the 5 places and the bunker, it's about $550,000 every time to do the resupply. And in one day's time that I was doing this shit, I only filled up 1 block in this thing. I still personally think the best way to make money in the game, honestly, is the special crates and the special crate warehouse from your CEO building. A 111 warehouse sells for $2.2 million. And even if you do 3 at a time, you're still making over 1.5 million profit that way. But if you do it 1 at a time, which takes a hell of a lot longer, you'll actually almost make $2 million of profit. So this isn't worth it, on my honest opinion. Yeah, for 1 day's work, about 6 hours, I only filled up like 1 bar out of the 5 bars in the progress thing there for your stock.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. I'll bring it to you.
So I'm just going to leave the club for free and occasionally collect the $70,000 every so often. And promote the club every once in a while, and that's basically free money, so that's not horrible. That'll pay for basically your rent and shit like that for, the week or whatever. Pretty sad they dropped the ball on this one again.
ride.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round. I'll get there as soon as I can.
You're right. She is much prettier than me. Okay, goodbye. Fuck.
Oh, with a face like that, you wonder why.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know. It's coming at you.
That was kind of comical. Sorry, I just had to once. Oh, I know it would be fun to do for a while. Not too much. Just stated in an earlier portion of this video, but now I'm streaming that this new update is not profitable. I don't think it's a great way to make money, honestly. If you play this game and you want to know why, just let me know. Because I even have statistics to back it up. I'm just transferring some cars around right now. I mean, personally, I still believe the special crates through your CEO office is the best way to make money. I tried this for a whole day and it wasted a lot of money. Well, basically, and I'll say it real quick then. Oh, wrong button. Alright. Now I'll go in here first, nobody kills me. I'll explain to you why here in a second. But I totally stopped doing any of this last night after about 6 hours. All total, anyways. All right. Yeah, I checked out a little bit of it. I don't subscribe to much on YouTube, honestly. Nothing wrong with your channel, by the way. It's just I don't even watch half the stuff that it's on my thing anymore. I barely watch anybody. I don't watch Markiplier anymore. I really don't watch Jacksepticeye anymore. I barely watch anything on it. Alright, let me get into this. Alright. Come on, it hasn't registered me as a motorcycle guy yet. Yeah, I just haven't been into YouTube at all, honestly. I used to watch Markiplier like every single day, and I haven't watched him for like months. And then, same with Jacksepticeye. It's just their stuff has gone kind of downhill for me. Come on. Alright, well, okay, there they are. But as you know, when you're doing this event, you have to have your 5 drug places, well, 5 biker drug places open. So that's your money there. You got your cocaine there. I think this one's, yeah, meth lab. And then you got your counterfeit documents. And then your weed place right there. That you have to have those 5 open and running. And you have to have your bunker going for this update. For all of them to occasionally stick items in your storage in your nightclub. Now, honestly, every time I was doing it, because unless you're totally opposite and you don't really care about doing this, but it's extremely time consuming to keep up with all 5 of these, even just these by themselves, going around stealing the supplies. That's the only way it's going to be profitable, is if you steal the supplies for all your other places and not pay for them. And that's between all 6 places, the bunker and those 5 side businesses there. But if you don't, like me, and you actually steal the supplies, for each one of these, when they're completely empty, is $75,000 for each one of them. Now, that totals, I forget how much this one is, but let's say $550,000 for all of those. And that's every time you have to fill it back up. Now, after 6 hours and wasting a couple $1 million, wasting a couple $1 million on that, I only had 1 bar in here. And that 1 bar in my nightclub only sold for $351,000. Okay, so between all that you're spending on money for resupplying these places, because let's get honest, if you're in an online session trying to do all this with people in there, it's not going to go well, plain and simple. That's why I would spend the money and pay for my supplies. So it's just, after 6 hours, I only had 1 bar in my nightclub. So that $550,000 that I spent on just the supplies for all that didn't equal the $550,000 or the $351,000 in my nightclub. Yeah, I could have went around and sold the rest, but all the time and effort that goes into that and then into the bunker up here, it's never going to make the money. It's just not a good way to make money. Now, a good way to still make money on this game is go to your CEO building and do special crates. If you have 2 warehouses, any 2 really, but the best ones to have that make the most money are the 111 warehouses for your special crates. Because 111 special crates sells for $2.2 million a piece. So if you have 2 of them, that's $4.4 million. And then on the other side of it, this is the most profitable way to make money. Because if you are doing 111 warehouse garage or warehouse for crates, if you're doing 3 at a time, it's $18,000 for the 3 of the crates. Now, you have to do that 37 times to fill up 111 warehouse. So at that point, you'll be spending $666,000. You subtract that from the 2.2 million, you're almost making $1.6 million of profit. Now, if you want to take the time and get the most profit out of those, if you do one case at a time, but it'll take you much longer, and you're buying them for $2,000 a piece, that's only $222,000 for all 111 cases. So at that point, you're almost profiting $2 million off of selling those. So it's much more profitable than anything else offered in this game currently, and it still is. I've been doing that for quite a while. It's the most profitable way. Even doing it the quicker way of buying 3 cases for, the $18,000. Now, on the other hand, also, so you don't have to get messed up with the online crowd in here, because it can get pretty toxic at best. If you're on PlayStation, I'm not sure for Xbox. There's probably a way to do it somehow, but I don't know for Xbox. If you want your own public session, you set up your Wi-Fi, you go to custom, and then you use all the normal settings. But when it gets to MTU settings, you go to custom, and you change the number from 1500 to 800. And that'll give you a NAT type of 3, which I don't know what that NAT type means anyways. But what that will do when you load into your game after you do all that, if it doesn't give you a session by yourself at the first time, you go to find new session, and then the second session that you go into, you'll be in a session all by yourself. I was in a session for 3 hours yesterday by myself doing that. It's the best way to do it. And it's the most profitable is the special crates right here. Especially if you do it with a buzzard. That's what I usually do. But that is, honestly, you can't argue with the numbers and the facts on those. This, well, as far as I'm concerned, this won't make that kind of money. It might at the end, but I still think between all of the money you have to spend or the time if you're going to go crazy on collecting all the supplies for that, all those 6 places, constantly run around like a chicken with your damn head cut off. For the time and effort that you would have to put into it to steal the supplies constantly, and if you don't do it in a session by yourself, it's going to be nothing but a headache. It's really not worth it. And that's my God honest truth. How about you shut the fuck up? I ain't talking to you, and you're a stupid asshole. God, that's exactly what I'm talking about, of toxic assholes in Grand Theft Auto. Some stupid fucking retard that wants to run their fucking mouth. Yeah, shut up. Like, your opinion matters, dude. Fucking retard. How am I being annoying? I'm pointing out a fact. Stupid asshole. Now, the other fact of the matter is this is the last Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive game that I'm going to be playing at all. I guess I should really start pissing them off and start playing some music through it. What do you think? Should I start doing that? I think I should. Just to really piss them off. I'll be right back. I'm going to set that up. Stupidest music. make them weird. Listen to Weird Al. I suggest if anybody doesn't want to listen to music to just not listen to it, because I'm gonna have it turned on for a while. I'm not gonna be listening to anybody, really. I usually put my headphones around the Bluetooth speaker and just start playing music. Hey, do you actually have any suggestions? What kind of music would you like to listen to? No suggestion? Okay, nobody's watching.